Hey guys, so a topic that I would like to address again today is in terms of personal hygiene and trying to make your face presentable. So, I personally sometimes struggle with why do I need to brush my hair to a certain standard. Like the ends of my hair get very fuzzy all the time, and I'm okay with it because I feel like it allows me to be very authentic in my expression of myself. Like, I have fuzzy hair, you know? But a lot of times, and this is something that I didn't really know, and sometimes I struggle with it still and get kind of angry when I hear it, but it's kind of my problem at this point. Just that sometimes there's a certain thing in society that if you appear a certain way with your face, people take you more seriously. If you appear a certain way with your hair, people take you more seriously. So I think it's all a matter of how do you want to come across to your audience. So to my understanding and my experience, the more, but not really in this direct correlation, the more that you that you do your face, like let's say, and just to let you all know, I think pimples are beautiful. I think anything that you naturally have on your face is beautiful. But according to the way that society kind of requires people to come across, which I don't understand and I really wish I could change about society, is that to kind of create a almost blemish-free facade. The more that I say that, the more I realize how not right society is sometimes. But yeah, and just like eyeliner really helps to pop the eyes. So there are all sorts of different ways to do eyeliner. I don't really like makeup myself, simply because of how I feel like it's society's expectations of everyone to wear it. I feel like what's wrong with natural beauty? What's wrong with the natural face of humans? I mean, we used to wear these centuries ago, so why don't we still wear them beautifully as we were made? But that's just my opinion. But yeah, what I do like about makeup though is sometimes when I put it on, I look at myself and there's a certain aesthetic feeling that I get from it that I'm like, not bad. So there's that positive side of makeup where you look at it and there's just something that somewhat hits your soul inside that you're just like, wow, that's me. And you look at yourself and you're like, yeah, I look good. So there's that. And then also, lipstick helps to make your lips pop. Sometimes just moisturizing it with like any moisturizer really helps. I get chapped lips a lot. Mostly because I think one of my habits or tics is I like to lick my lips. I like to, so for those of you who don't know what stimming is, it's basically where you do something a lot to kind of calm yourself down, to kind of allow you to adjust with whatever you're feeling, whatever's happening in your environment, because sensory overload is real. And yeah, so some of the things that I do to kind of calm myself down whenever I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed is I like to stroke through my hair like this. So a lot of times when I would be in school, I would be told not to do this kind of thing. I like picking at my scalp because it just, something about it just really relaxes me. It's like I feel my little hair follicles and I'm like, yes. But it kind of looks like, or I've been told it looks like I have bugs somehow, and so I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I just like to do this. I don't really like to bite my nails, but I do know that some people do. Sometimes some people like to move in different ways with their hands to kind of calm themselves down. I sometimes do this because I really like the optical illusion that it creates, like my hands just moving super fast. So that kind of calms me down because then I get very intrigued of how my hand's moving, not necessarily as to how I'm feeling. So anything, any sensation, any movement that helps me think differently, like let's say I just had a really tough argument with someone in my family, or if I just bombed a test in school or something like that, something that really got me down, something that got me thinking in kind of a negative spiral about myself, something like that I'll do to calm myself down is I'll start stimming a little bit. And what this does is it helps me to focus on the sensation that I'm getting rather than what I'm thinking up here. So it kind of distracts me in a way and helps me feel a little bit better. As of how I come off on the outside to people, it's really hard because society teaches you two things, and they're completely contradictory. The first thing is like looking presentable, like you want to appear normal, like you fit in somehow, and that's a lot of things I know that some people struggle with on the autism spectrum, is just trying to blend in, trying to look normal, you know, and sometimes the reason why women on the autism spectrum get misdiagnosed, and I know that there are guys too, is because of a thing called masking. Basically putting on a personality that isn't completely authentic to yourself, so it really bugs you on the inside because you really want to let it out, but you're also afraid of how you're going to come across to other people. Like me, I like to blurt out literally everything on my mind, anything at any moment. I'm a naturally honest person, so I will say some things that are not, I guess, socially acceptable. Like I like poop jokes. I I'm just I like those kinds of things. But some things that society just doesn't really accept openly. So I've kind of learned over the years to kind of put on a mask. And whereas it somewhat can be helpful when presenting to people that you want to look very professional to, like people who are trying to get you for a job, or when you're going to college or applying for something. But then there's another thing that society teaches you, and it's be authentically you and don't care what people think about you. Which, what the heck was society thinking? Because those are two completely different messages, and it's really hard to interpret them, and I'm sure it's hard for everybody. But, yeah. And something that I'm trying to learn is the balance between the two. How to be authentically me and not really care what anybody thinks about me. Like, I like to wear these little overall things. They're really fun. But yeah, I've been thinking also about getting a mohawk too. But I've been really struggling with what's, I guess, quote unquote, socially acceptable and what's not. Because I want people to take me seriously, but also just know that I'm a lighthearted person, you know, also not take me seriously, you know. So it's really hard to find the balance, and I'm still struggling. And if anybody has any tips on how to overcome this hurdle, how to kind of be more authentically yourself, but also kind of have an atmosphere of respect around you, like people respect you and everything, then yeah, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, for sure. But thank you very much for listening to this video. Make sure that if you enjoyed it, that you do the like and you subscribe, because there is some really fun Orson Raidstorm content, your favorite dating coach. And there's also a lot of pun content, and also, of course, more of this content, where I openly talk about what really bothers me, and just kind of what really, who I am, and that I know that some people on the autism spectrum struggle with, and just kind of openly sharing, so that way you know and other people know that you're not alone. So yeah, we're here to help each other in this journey. Have a great day, guys.